Hello, welcome to Farming Simulator 25. Now, I, as a personal veteran of Farming Simulator 22, we had a very successful run with Bread Mafia. Bread was king. We made so much bread and ran everyone else out of town. We owned the bread. Today in Farming Simulator 25, we revive Bread Mafia. Bread Mafia is not just a way to make money, it is a lifestyle. And today we're going to be bringing our corruption and capitalism to Poland on the Zelanka map, I think that's how you say it. And we're going to be doing a start from scratch start with a starting money capacity of $500,000 and a starting loan of $250,000. Now we are going to bring down the economic difficulty to normal because otherwise it's just kind of ridiculous. With that being said, let's load into the map. These are the mods we will be using, minus precision farming because I'm not a glutton for punishment. Now, let's start. All right, Farmer Bob is here. He is ready to introduce American capitalism to this small Polish town, which is also capitalism. But anyways, without further ado, we are going to start Bread Mafia by first acquiring a farm that can turn into grain, which we can then turn into bread. This is going to be a multi-step process here with the ultimate goal of earning $1 million from bread, running everyone else out of town. Now, with that being said, we can make bread from wheat, we can make bread from oats, and we can make bread from, well, hold on, what am I even talking about? Well, hold the phone. Let's just go right here. I can use the wheat, barley, oats, and sorghum. Now, I am looking at the map. Hold on, there's a lot. Is this sorghum here? That is. Ooh, hold the phone. This giant farm here is sorghum. Hold on, visit it. The yield is 32%. That is atrocious. It's not fertilized at all, and it has small weeds. That's tough. This farm also costs more than the balance of our entire current starting money. Tough cost. What if we started out smaller and looked over here? Responsibly, 60%, not exactly amazing. Over here, 55%. The sorghums have let me down. All right, well, with that being said, we'll sit on that thought for a moment. Is there anything worth buying here? Absolutely not. None of this will help us. Okay, fantastic news. So with that being said, I'm going to do the most American thing ever and immediately take out more loans, get in way over my head, and buy the biggest farm on the map. Bam. Now, this will also give us a little bit of land over here that we can turn into our future factories, which is a good starting location. Buy this piece of land, absolutely. Let's go ahead and visit this. Remember, this is the 32%, so we're not going to get a lot out of this. Now, we will need a place to store it. Taking a look at the prices, when does sorghum sell? Sorghum sells highest in January. Understood. Now, we harvest sorghum at what point? We harvest it next month. So we're going to need to store it, which is a big pain in the butt. Okay, we'll figure this out by taking more money out and just the maximum we can take out right away. Okay, so the first thing we're going to need is eventually a silo to store this in. So let's find a small silo. Do we think we're going to get more than 75,000 units out of this first crop? Probably not. So a $20,000 silo is a nice bet. So let's place that down. Okay, step one, accomplished. Step two, we will need a reliable tractor. Now, we could potentially get one on sale, but realistically, there is a tractor that I have my eye on that is going to be pretty good for us, and it's a medium tractor. It's ye old reliable AgroStar 8.31. Let's go ahead and buy this bad boy here. No, we're full on buying it. Bada bing, bada boom. All right, that is done. We have $84,000 left to play with. So with that being said, we are going to buy ourselves a farmhouse, and we're going to buy the cheapest farmhouse available right here. A beautiful mat for us to sleep on and advance the day. We'll put it right next to our silo so we don't forget where it is. Let's go ahead and transport ourselves to the silo, and we are going to go ahead and advance the day to next month where we have, hold on, better thing first. Hold up. Let's go ahead and repay the loan as much as possible so we don't have as much interest on ourselves. There we go. Let's go ahead and sleep until next month. All right, 1,400 in loan interest, 120 in property maintenance, but the sorghum is ready. The bread must flow. So let's go ahead, check out the sales. Nothing again that we need. let's go ahead and find the cheapest harvester we can potentially get. It's going to be this bad boy right here. It has a storage capacity of 8,000 liters. Let's go ahead and lease this out. Oh, we need more money. Forgive me, sir. I'll be right back. I just need a quick trip to the bank. Let's just get a lot of money out real quick. 80,000 is all we have to work with. Let's grab this, lease it. And then, of course, we need the header for it. So let's go and grab that. That's another $1,000. Boom. And let's hop in our very nice and rented harvester. Now, obviously, we're going to be looking for a better harvester along the road. This is going to be quite painful. Oh, and speaking of painful, let's go ahead and get some settings going. I want you to realize the pain I'm going through. So I'm going to put this time scale in real time so you know how much time it takes for us to do anything. Crop destruction, obviously going to be off. Weeds will leave on. Disaster, absolutely not. We will turn off automatic fuel and fertilizer for all the AI. Let's go ahead and attach our header here. Easy does it. Easy does it. There we go. All right, it's on. Let's head over to our field, which is right next door. Don't get stuck here. That would be too embarrassing. Easy does it. Fantastic news. Sick turn. And let's go ahead and line this up and start our harvesting. Now, I am going to do a worker here just so I can kind of keep up with this and honestly walk away every now and then from the computer. No need for me to be here all the time. But we do need a trailer to get this to our silo. So this has a storage capacity of 4 to 8. Let's get up to 8. That's good. That'll be leasing wise a $459 cost, a valuable asset for us. We'll get our trailer and our tractor and trailer set up. Now you may be thinking, hey, you have 75,000. This is the maximum we can accomplish here. So if we don't have enough money for next year to rent out pricing or things for planting and fertilizing and all that stuff, we're absolutely boned. That would not be very good for us. Now we could take on some contract work, but at the end of the day, contract work really doesn't move the needle that much. It's only a couple $1,000s. I'd much rather use the time to make sure that this is up and running rather than have a tractor kind of go off and, well, I say that. Let's take a look at the contracts here. Is there anything that we could do? We could do 2 sprays and that wouldn't take very long, and we would get free. We would essentially get the leftover for herbicide, which we do need herbicide. So I think we're going to go ahead and accept this, borrow the items, and then go ahead and accept the other spray as well. And take this and go ahead and set this all up. Now we're going to need herbicide, so we'll have to buy herbicide as well. Oh, other side, my bad. Nope, it's on the other side. Is it? What the hell? What the hell is even that? Hold on. Now you may be thinking, why don't you use your own tractor for this? The real reason is because I want to make sure that I can unload the trailer as soon, or the combine as soon as, so I can unload the combine as soon as I possibly can. I'll get that going. Okay, let's go ahead and get some herbicide. And we'll go ahead and buy 2 of these. Again, we can use the leftovers for ourselves. So this is essentially just giving us free herbicide at the end of the day, because the contract's value is not over the amount of the reward from the contracts. All right, that's loaded up. Let's take a look at where we need to go. We need to go to farm 41 first and then farm 10. So let's head on up there, get this going. Now I'm going to use the AI worker for this as well. Again, I want to make sure that, well, I will be intermittently using an AI worker for this just to make sure that we can continuously unload the combine. But at the same, oh, watch out! Fooled you, right? I tricked you into thinking that I was going to mess up, but I was never going to mess up there. Where were I? 41. Drive through these fields. But we don't want to slow down the combine is more of the story before I almost crashed but didn't crash. All right, we unfold it. It'll let the AI will line this up. How are we doing on the combine? It's about 45% full. I mean, with 32% returns, it's not a lot, but this is a massive field. This is going to give us a lot of sorghum. I'm starting to kind of worry if that one silo is going to be enough. If it's not, it's going to be bad news bears for us. We'll leave that guy be for now. You're currently engaging. Wonderful. We'll leave you to it. And we'll just take a little ride along the combine. Look at all that beautiful future bread coming in. Oh, fantastic news. Now, I don't think this place starts off with a bakery, if I remember correctly. Let's take a look. Oh, it does start off with a bakery. Does it start off with a grain mill? No, it doesn't. So we can't really do anything with that. We're going to need a grain mill first before we can do anything. So eventually we can start utilizing this guy to pour in flour into his bread before we eventually take it over. But we need to buy a grain mill. And if we take a look at the grain mills, which was here. $288,000. It is a monstrous bad boy here. I don't even know if we could probably fit it right there. So that will be where we eventually pour all of our grain into, or our raw sorghum into. That will turn into grain that we can then turn into bread. But that's a long ways off. That's multiple harvests away, a future goal for us to have. But again, with the goal of having $1 million in 1 year, it takes one small step to get us there. And as we check in with our sprayer, he is basically done. Let's go ahead and just deactivate him, fold this up, and start heading to farm 10. That's one contract done. Now we don't want to complete the contract quite yet, because then that will return the machinery. So we need to get to farm 10 with this stuff first and get that going. Now we need to kind of hurry up with this and help me remember where farm 10 was. No, save. Farm 10 is okay. We go up to farm 36 and we take a Roger. Got it. We'll get up there, do a little bit of spraying up there, and then go unload all of this herbicide for ourselves for future use. All right, here is farm 10. We're going to quickly set up this guy because I think my grain guy is about to be full. So let's hit H to get you set up there. You're going to do everything right. You are 97% full. Oh, God, this is the nightmare. We need to get going. Come on, start it, get into gear. Don't let him stop. Oh, come on. It's always a waste of time and waste of diesel. I think he stops. Oh, man, just missed it. So we'll have to get a full tank here or fill up all of this. Oh, look at that beautiful profit pouring in, though. Hey, at least we got that nice visual for us. We'll unload this at the silo. Now, once this guy makes a few passes, we're going to do some cultivation as well. Dual work with this one tractor. Well, we'll let him get some leeway in before we do that. And what was the capacity here? It was 8,000. Good thing we got the big trailer. All right, that's full. Let's go ahead and mosey on out of this guy's way. Get over to our silo and dump all of this off. Now, if we remember correctly, this thing had a capacity of 75,000. We might be in a bit of trouble here. We might run into some capacity issues here rather quickly. And if we need to buy a new one of these, we're going to actually be a little bit boned. That's a problem for future Farmer Bob here. We'll just dump this off and call it a day. All right, and our sprayer is done. You can see we have a ton of herbicide left. Let's go ahead, fold this bad boy up, and then where am I? Go this way. Head back to our farm. We'll drop off the herbicide and complete the jobs. That'll be basically getting us back to where we started, which is okay. Now, we can also save this guy in reserve, not complete the contracts in case another spray contract comes up. We might do that. It's honestly pennies on the dollar, and we've already paid for the herbicide essentially, so that's fine. All right. Slightly underestimated the stopping power. Okay, let's refill this all the way up. I was hoping we could, and then unload it. I was hoping we could condense down the amount that we have, but we have 2 there. Unload, G, unload. Good. Okay, that's all the herbicide. Now, there hasn't been a new contract coming up for spraying. Did not get it. Would never absolutely do wood harvesting. Or wood transport. That is a nightmare. Potatoes, peas, not going to do anything like that. This is all a waste of time. Fertilizing, we could also do fertilizing though, which would give us fertilizer. Let's go ahead and complete these 2 contracts and take all of that fertilizers. Oh, look at this little butte right here. I'll tell you what, this is what real farming is about. You know, some people say it's about the big tractors. Absolutely not. This is what it's all about right here. Okay, let's fill this bad boy up. We need solid fertilizer. Let's go ahead and go to the pallets and get some solid fertilizer. Let's go ahead and buy 2 of these. I think that should be enough. I have absolutely no idea. I've never actually used this combination before, believe it or not. Wow, that is not a lot. That seems like it's going to be a lot of trips. That's unfortunate. All right, let's head on out to, where's our closest farm? We have 56 down here. Let's just go to 56. Let's flip around, head on down to field 56, get a little fertilizing in. Welcome to beautiful farm 56. Let's go ahead, and I have no idea what the spray capacity is on this. Good luck to you. It's in meters. I only speak American. I have to change that. Oh, God. AI worker has full tank. Let's go unload him. Load her up. Fire up the engine. Here we come. Don't let it stop again. There you go. See, this is how it's supposed to go. You drive along the combine so it doesn't have to stop. Fuel is time. Time is money. We got to keep hold on. I got it. The engine of capitalism, the cogs of capitalism spinning. There we go. We nailed it at the end. You know, you had us in the first half, but we came back. All right, keep it going. Now we're going to continue all the way down so we don't spill anything. All of this is going to be very important to us. If we do fill up, it'll automatically stop pouring though, our trailer that is. So we'll just follow the road and we're almost full here. And he should know to cut us off right now. Good, he does. We turn and burn, get to the silo. There you go. Just unload it right here. And second one complete. Fantastic. So that should be 16,000 liters of sorghum in the tank. Our capacity 75,000. We'll deal with the shortage when we get there. Now, how's our cute little buddy doing? Oh, fantastic. This is great. I'm loving the action here. This looks majestic right now. And he's not using as much solid fertilizer as I thought. Solid fertilizer and liquid fertilizer have different usage rates. Liquid fertilizer goes a lot faster than solid, although liquid you can spray in much larger areas. There's very gigantic sprayers that you can eventually get, which we will be very interested in down the road. But this guy's almost done with his job, so we'll wait for him to be complete here. Go back to the store, reload up on the fertilizer, and then go to our next job. Congratulations, you are done. Let's just stop you there so you don't waste any fertilizer. Head on back to the store. See our beautiful combine harvesting in the background. All right, let's just load her up real quick. Oh, watch out. Came out of nowhere. What are the other fields we need to do? 23 and 39. Let's head on over to 23. We'll take this road up and then hit a Roger, and then we'll be right there. Okay. Easy enough. Roll out, Autobots. Oh, frick. Oh, no. I almost tipped it. Would have been disastrous. Hello, Farm 23. Hello, hello. I'm here to fertilize you. Let that bad boy get rolling. Let's check on the combine. Combine's at 53%. Looks like it's doing some nice lines here. We can almost probably get going on the cultivator. Now, we have a 250 horsepower tractor. So we cannot use a cultivator that uses more horsepower than that. And if I could actually find where I'm looking for, here we go. Soil cultivation, we can do a disc harrow or a cultivator. Let's try and find out which one uses the least amount of horsepower. That's 260. I think we could maybe get away with it, but 75,000 is quite a lot. What's your wingspan? 6.3. This is 8. We could also fertilize. I don't really want to fertilize. Maybe we could save this for when we do want to fertilize. No, that's never mind. That's for something else. Excuse me. I'm on my way. Let's think. 6.3 for disc. What about a cultivator? 4. That's 4, and it's very cheap because the leasing cost of this bad boy is $1,000. This is 4.5. I think we just lease this bad boy here for $1,000. And oh gosh. Okay, almost has a full tank. How's this guy doing? He's doing fine. Let's go unload the combine, and as soon as we're done here, we're going to deattach the trailer and attach the cultivator and start cultivating, so we can do 2 things at once rather than one painful month and then wait another month to cultivate, and we can double up on the progress. We're gonna have to wait for this bad boy to turn around though. I don't want to get in its way. Now, in case you are new to farming, the order of operations is a little bit upended because we're starting at harvest time. But first you cultivate, then you fertilize, then you plant, then you fertilize, or then you weed, herbicide, then you fertilize again, and then everything should be smooth sailing. We should have as much yield as possible. Now, I am saying that because I did take out rolling. I just have a mod there. Rolling is something you do in between all those steps. It's not really important for our purposes here. We're not going to worry about it. Also, liming if necessary. Liming would be a nightmare, though, for first year. So I'm really hoping this field doesn't need lime. We can check here in a minute, but let's fill up real quick. Good. Filled up. Turn around. Turn this to the silo. And yeah, we'll have plenty of operation time to do some cultivating. There you go. Drop her off. Wonderful. Let's go ahead and deattach this bad boy. Leave that where it is. And head on over to the store and grab our cultivator. Our tank is empty. Dang it. Okay, we're going to have to set up this guy in AI work and go refill the soil guy, fertilizer guy. Here is our beautiful cultivator. Drop that right here. Cultivator just kind of stirs up the ground again, makes it a little bit better, pulls up some nutrients from the bottom, removes the topsoil, spreads and mixes everything together so it's a little bit more reasonable for your next farm or next planting season. Now, not everything is a one-to-one in comparison to real-life farming. I come from a long lineage of cotton farmers. I'll tell you what. I know the difficulties of farming. I don't want to hear, oh, this isn't realistic. It's a video game, my guy. All right, let's go ahead and set this guy up here. Make sure you're not going to do something stupid like, hold on. Okay, that should be fine. I just want to make sure it wasn't going to interfere. Let's drive this guy back, pull her up again, start the engine. Come on, come on, come on. Here you go. Yeah, worker was still there. Okay, there we go. You want to see some sick jumps? Watch this. Air. Oh yeah, baby. Roads, where we're going, we don't need no roads. Hold on, this is gonna be another sick jump opportunity. Hell yeah, hit this ditch real hard. Yeah, that wasn't nearly as climactic as I thought it was gonna be. Anyways, off to the store. All right, filled up, back to the store. Gotta check on that cultivator, make sure it's not accidentally cultivating crop that has yet to be harvested. That would be rather disastrous. Well, just double check that. Yeah, okay, we're fine, we're fine. The working width of the cultivator is less than the harvester, so hopefully they don't run into each other. Now, I don't know the working speed off each one. That's another thing to check and just kind of monitor along the way. But we have plenty of time to set this guy up back on farm 23 before we do any of that. There we go. A little bit of a check-in. Just a little bit more than half of the field done. I think this is our 4th or 5th trip with about 8,000 liters. We'll check the capacity once we unload this to see how much more we have in this one silo. We could potentially keep the trailer if we're off by just a little bit, but I think we're going to be off by a lot. So we'll unload this really quickly. We have also finished our contracts, so we'll need to unload the fertilizer from our little baby tractor and then turn in all those contracts. That'll be a little pretty penny for us. Let's see how much this guy is full. He's got about 40,000, so just a little bit over his halfway. I don't know. It's going to be close. Anyways, let's return this bad boy to its previous owner. Thank you for letting me use it. It's been a joy, I'll tell you that. Am I going the right way? This map, man, always gets me. Yeah, just head south. Just head south all the way. All right, this is the road. This is the only road. Oh, frick. I was trying to turn on cruise control and I accidentally dropped this. Hold on. There we go. Okay, here we go. Hope the owner won't be noticing that dent that's probably in this bad boy right here from, dropping it at about 26 miles an hour. I'm sure it'll be fine at the end of the day, though. He's probably not going to notice. If anything, it adds character. Heads up, coming through, farmer in the way. There we go. Arriving at the store heroically. Let's go ahead and just fill this up and then just go ahead and unload this. And then we can turn in all of these jobs, get a little bit of money back. Again, the big kind of thing for us to do here was to get discounted prices on fertilizer and herbicide, which we have accomplished. Mission accomplished. This is all ours now. Look, Simba, everything belongs to us. How is this doing? About 36%. Wonderful. Oh, we need to get you back going on the cultivator. That's not good. Forgot about that. Hold the phone. Now, you may be thinking, hey, Mr. Smart Man, you should use one of those rented tractors and use it on your own land. No! Game forbids it. That's illegal, sir. You can't do that. You can't use rented equipment on your own field. Well, that was, a little bit of an exploit that everybody kind of figured out, and the game developers patched it because it's not used as intended. Fair. Anywho, back to cultivating. We have a long way to go with cultivating, but our working speed, I believe, was like 11 miles an hour. Let's test that out. Just get it set up. Hopefully it can just drop and go. No, it's going to just do its own little adjustments. Fair enough. Yeah, so its working speed's 11 miles an hour, and the combine is 6. But when you factor in the breaks that we have to take with the tractor to unload the combine, we shouldn't be at a risk of catching up to ourselves here. All right, next attempt at a drive-by. Here we go. Just keep up speed. Should be fine. Yes, we'll be fine. There we go. So this will be about 48,000 of a 75,000 capacity. We are definitely going to extend past that. Oh, God, don't ignore that. Nope, no mistakes were made. I wasn't distracted at all. ADHD strikes again. We'll just let this guy fill up all the way to the end here. And I'd like to completely empty his tank. You can see the tank is empty when you start seeing single digits move. Oh, hold up. I wasn't up. Yep, just fill me up. There we go. Okay. And let's go ahead and drop off this load and continue on cultivating. Cultivating is going to be quite the pain in the butt. But this is going to be the hardest year we ever have, right? Maybe next year too. But then after that, when the cash starts to flow in, we can buy slightly better equipment. We can go faster. We can do more things. We can buy more farms. The biggest thing we're going to kind of be looking for is, number one, to pay off our debt or pay down our debt. We have $500,000 in debt right now, and the interest on that is going to be pretty painful. But beyond that, the biggest time saver we could possibly find is a big harvester. So if we can find, or excuse me, combine. If we can find a good deal on a combine, like a big boy combine, that would be pretty beneficial for us. Now when we're talking big boy combines. Nope, wrong one. When we're talking big boy combines, we're talking like a John Deere or like this bad boy right here. If we see a John Deere Series 7, that's ours. We're immediately on that. Maybe even Lexington 690. I don't know about that one. Ooh, maybe you as well. We'll have to kind of wait and see on that one. But anywho's back to cultivating as we go. And just like that, the farming is done. Let's pipe out the last little bit of seeds we have, or a little bit of sorghum we have going on here. We were able to fit everything in. That is good, but keep in mind, oh God, that this was barely enough. We have 2,000 to spare, and that this field was operating at a 30% capacity. Now we are going to need to do limes next year. We're going to need to do fertilizing and planting and everything like that. But for now, we can do the solemn step of admitting that we are done with harvesting and return our vehicles that we have rented. So let's get rid of this, return this, and return the combine and the header. So that is all gone. And now we just have the cultivator, which is going to take a little bit of time to complete. We've made some steady progress, but this is going to be a little bit. So once we finish with this, our day in September will be done. We can advance time until we need to sell. And if I remember correctly, that was January. Yes, January is our peak selling time. So prices are going to be at $944. They currently are at around $600 to $700. We're definitely going to be willing to wait for that. We'll deal with everything from that. But for now, we sit along, enjoy the cultivating. Well, look who's finally done cultivating. We have finally accomplished cultivating our gigantic field. It is now done. Huzzah. Let's go ahead and return our piece of equipment, that cultivator. That is a big thing for us to have accomplished, and getting it done early was nice. Now, in terms of next steps, we are going to wait until, hold on, where am I going? Aha! We're going to wait until January to sell. So without further ado, let's just drive on over to our bed and pay back the loans that we have, so we're not paying a ton of interest on money that, we don't really need right now. We'll still have that money available to us when we do need it. But, hey, we're able to accomplish a lot of things this month. Feel very good. 74,000 liters? 73,000 liters. So, of sorghum in the silo, ready to sell. Now, we will, of course, need to... Oh, I forgot to pay back the money. No! Dang it, that's a few extra $100. Doesn't matter. So we will be able to sell that in January. We will need to rent a trailer for that. You can see our loans are pretty hefty here. So let's go ahead and first off, just check for fun. Yeah, nothing too valuable there. Let's go ahead and repay as much loans as we can, and then head on to January. And welcome to an early January morning. It's everyone's favorite time of the year, the time to sell our goods. Now let's see if we are getting the best prices. $6.55. We can get it at the grain mill. I think we'll sell it there. We could save up for $5 more. I'm not going to worry about it. Let's tag this here. See where the grain mill is on the map. Pretty close by. That's not bad. All right. So we're here. We just got to go there. So now we need to rent a trailer, and we need to kind of think about which one we want to get. I mean, this is nice. It gets 8,000. That's 12,000 for a lot more money. I'm going to be cheap here. Call me cheap. I'm just going to rent this little bad boy here again for $400 and make many trips. So let's go ahead and, oh yeah, I'm negative money. I need to borrow money to spend $400. Hold, there we go. All right, now we can lease the trailer that we want for a cool $459. And now we just got to make many trips over to turn that in. All right, here we are. First drop off. This will be a good indicator for how much money we will be making. Let's drop it off. Watch the bank money numbers go up, baby. This is what it's all for. It's for the money. Okay, $7,000. Honestly, was kind of hoping for more, but we're doing it in small quantities, so we have a lot more trips to do. Can I turn around here? Oh, you monsters. You're going to make me do this whole... Can I go through here? Oh... We'll just have to back up next time. Dang it, they got us. All right, well, we'll continue on this. And with that last little bit of sorghum going into the grain mill, that completes our harvest season. A hefty little bonus for us, a hefty little profit for us. I say profit very loosely because I know we're kind of net negative, but we're building for the future. We're building for the future. But that is going to do it for our inaugural episode of Farming Sim 25. I do hope you enjoyed. If you did, hey, make sure to leave a like. If you're new around here, subscribe for more. But for now, boys, I will be seeing you in the next one.